I have a sweatshirt on already. I am not feeling
What?
I will go as far as I can.
Okay, so lesson 4.1 continued. We're going to find the equation of the circle in standard form, and by putting it in standard form, we can identify the center and the radius easily, and that would help us with graphing. It's the equation as it is not in standard form, and the way to put it in standard form is by completing the square. So that's what we're going to do here. We talked about the steps last week. Cheyenne, can you recall the first step? What was our first step in completing the square? Putting your x and y values together. So step 1, we're going to put our x and y's together. So that means x squared plus 4x plus a blank. Then we have our y squared, y squared plus 12y plus a blank. And then also moving that constant over. Is that all in one step?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a negative 39 when we put it on the other side of the equation. Okay. Next step, Anna. What do you do now? And that's what goes in our blanks. So 4 over 2, half of b for each, the x and the y, and then square it. So 4 over 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So that's what we add here. And then also on this side. And then 12 over 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. So that's what we add there and there. All right, Tess, next step. Simplify that. Okay. So that gives me x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus y squared plus 12y plus 36 equals 1. All right. Corbin, what do we do now? Factor. Yep, I thought you were starting to say that. Factor each. So what is this going to factor in to? Okay, so tell me where you got the 2 and the 6. B over 2. That's where those values come from. 4 over 2 is 2. 12 over 2 is 6. Okay, so are we finished? Did we find the equation of the line in standard form? Yep. So in a nice, neat way, let's make sure you can identify that. Put that in a square or a rectangle so that you can identify that. What would be the center of this circle, Michael? What's the center?
-2, -6.
And what would be the radius, Gavin? How do we find the radius? Square root the 1, right? So that would be 1. Okay, good. All right, let's do another one. Look at this problem. And what do we notice about, we have all those terms. What do we notice about them? They're multiples of 8. So could we not divide everything by 8 to simplify it and get an easier equation?
Yeah.
So we're taking everything divided by 8, both sides. So I can write it all over 8 on the left, divided by 8 on the right. But when you divide by take all those divided by 8 on the left, you have to individually divide each term by 8. So we're taking 8x squared divided by 8 is just x squared, 1x squared. 8y squared divided by 8 is just 1y squared. Negative 16 divided by 8, negative 2. Negative 32 divided by 8, negative 4. And negative 88 divided by 8 is a negative 11. And then 0 divided by 8 remains 0. So now we are ready to attack this problem like we would any other. We don't have to worry about that 8 in front anymore. So are you working that out on your own? Wonderful. You do that, and then we will go through it together. Okay? Great. So we got our x terms together, y terms together, and we moved that constant over, and then opposite, or just b over 2 squared. We figured those. And what's this going to be? Negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 squared is 4. So that's what we'll add to both sides. Logan, what do we do now?
You're going to factor on the left side and combine all your numbers on the right side.
Okay, so what's my left side going to look like?
X minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared, which is 16.
Great. How did you get the minus 1 here?
There's b over 2 on the left side.
Okay, and then minus 2 here?
There's b over 2 on the left side.
Very good. Any questions on that? Okay, so your assignment is going to be a worksheet with this. Oh, nope, I'm just going to give it to you. Your assignment is worksheet, we're going to call it writing equations of circles. So go to your homework log. (11, 18, 19) worksheet. Circles. Complete the square. Bless you. And you're going to do 1 through 6. And then, nope, 1 through 8, my bad. 1 through 8, and then 11 and 12.